Hello everyone, this is Sana Parveen here and welcome to my channel Sana's Biochemistry. In this video, we are going to talk about a topic related to ninth standard, and the name of the topic here is we are actually starting with a chapter called as Carbon, an Important Element. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel and let us just proceed with it. Carbon, an important element, ninth standard topic. Whatever we see around us, be it vegetables, be it fibers, be it paper, furniture, medicine, fuels, there is one thing common in all these things. And what is the common thing here? There's an element which is common, which is called as carbon. So this carbon is an element which was common in all those things which is present around us. We are made up of carbon. Our entire thing, our entire body is made up of carbon. Carbon, when I talk about it, it is if we see in the periodic table, the position of carbon is present here. This carbon has is placed in, here, directly here. It is, let us just discuss about carbon in detail. Okay, so here let us just consider key. There is a person, there's a girl, and she is in ninth standard. This ninth standard girl has got roll number 10, and she has got roll number 10, and she has a weight of say 50 kgs. She's 50 kgs in weight. So this is her weight and this is her roll number. If we consider the girl to be carbon, the carbon has again two things. It will have a roll number which is 6 and a mass of 12. Okay, but here not kgs because it is not that fat. 6 is the atomic number which is denoted by Z, and 12 is the mass of the carbon atom. Okay, so here the symbol of carbon is C, atomic number is 6, atomic mass is 12. It has got, when I say atomic number is 6, what am I saying? Atomic number is, okay, let me just select a pen. I say atomic number is 6. That means carbon has 6 electrons in it. When it has got 6 electrons, I write to it to be 2 comma 4. The electronic configuration. I draw the structure of carbon. Carbon is their nucleus in the center, first shell, second shell. In the first shell, we've got 2 electrons, and in the second shell, 1, 2, 3, 4, because the capacity of the inner shell is to hold only 2 electrons. So the configuration comes out to be 2 comma 4. The electrons in the outermost shell, okay, are 4, and we need more 4 for carbon to be happy to attain noble gas configuration. Okay, and carbon is a non-metallic element. So just for now, remember the symbol is C, atomic number is 6, atomic mass is 12, electronic configuration is 2 comma 4, and valency is 4 for carbon atom. Okay, compounds obtained directly or indirectly from plants or animals are called as organic compounds. In here, for example, I am trying to draw a rat. Okay, so I can get some compounds out of this rat, and these compounds are called as organic compounds. I have got a tree. If I take some compounds out of this tree, I call them to be organic compounds. If I have got a human being, I have got a human being. This human being is there, and I take some elements, some compounds out of it. It is going to be called as organic compounds. So the compounds which are obtained directly or indirectly from plants or animals are called as organic compounds. And there are certain other compounds called as inorganic compounds which are obtained from minerals. Okay, minerals. Everyone know what minerals are. So when you get certain compounds from minerals, we call them to be inorganic compounds. They're not obtained from living organisms. Okay, now we have got something important. All the organic compounds contain carbon. Our very hero, carbon, is involved. It carbon makes organic compounds. So whatever, for example, from the rat's body, I I took out DNA. DNA is the genetic material. So from the rat's body, I took out DNA, and the DNA is made up of carbon atom. This DNA structure, if we want to see, looks something like this. Okay, DNA, it has got all the information present in it, and it is made up of carbon. Another thing is, if I take an RNA from a human body, this RNA full form is ribonucleic acid, and this RNA is again made up of carbon. This is again made up of carbon. And what are these DNA and RNA used for? They transfer hereditary characteristics from one generation to the next. Example, here we have got a lady who has got curly hair. A lady who has got curly hair. Okay, the chances are the daughter of this lady will also have what? Will have curly hair, may have curly hair. So how did the characteristics got transferred? The characteristics got transferred because the DNA was transferred from the mother to the daughter. DNA was transferred. The DNA has the information of curly hair, okay, and this information was then transferred from the mother to the daughter. And the DNA here is made up of carbon atom, okay. So you will ask me why to study this chapter, because it is very very important. Everything around us, in us, we use, we don't use, okay, we believe, we don't believe, is made up of carbon atom. Occurrence of carbon is where the name carbon is derived from the Latin word carbo, means coal. So you can see some coal here. And carbon is found in two states, whether it can be found in free state or it can be found in combined state. What do you mean by free state and combined state? Free state means it's only carbon with another carbon with another carbon, and carbon carbon everywhere. So when you have got only carbon, we say the carbon is present free state. Okay, examples: diamond. For those who don't know, diamond is made up of carbon atom. Okay, graphite, which is present in the lead of the pencils, it is graphite. Again, it is made up of pure carbon, only carbon. Diamond, only carbon. Graphite, only carbon. When this is the case, we call it to be present in the free state. Okay, let us just consider some examples. And we have got some in the combined state. Combined state means with the carbon, some other elements like zinc, oxygen, hydrogen may be present. Examples here is as carbon dioxide in the form of carbonates such as calcium carbonate, marble, calamine. The formula: zinc carbonate. Here we've got the formula as ZnCO3. When I see ZnCO3, I see my carbon sitting here. Carbon is there, but with zinc and with oxygen. So it is not present alone. That is the reason why we called them to be present in the combined state. Example, marble. So you can see the furniture, the everything made up of carbon here. The table made up of marble. Okay, again the marble found from the earth's crust. It is having a formula CaCO3, ZnCO3, all these carbonates, they've got carbon, but with the carbon there is oxygen and other elements present. Fossil fuel, coal, petroleum, natural gas, it has got carbon present along with hydrogen, sometimes oxygen as well. Okay, mostly what? Carbon and hydrogen are present in fossil fuels. And as carbon is not present alone, we call the carbon to be present in the combined form. Another example where carbon is found in combined form, we say organic compounds which we get from animal sources. They are having carbon into it, so they are called as carbonaceous nutrients. What is carbonaceous nutrient? Having carbon into it. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. We know carbohydrate, proteins, and we know fats and proteins. They can be obtained from meat, from fish, from egg, etc. So these are obtained from what? Directly or indirectly from living organisms. Okay, protein, some, plants also, you have these things. You can obtain all these things from plants, but there are animal sources as well. And natural fibers like cotton, wool, silk. Here you can see cotton balls. You can see jute here. You can see wool here. All these are having carbon into it, but carbon is not present alone here, it is present along with hydrogen. So this was all for today's video, and we'll be making more videos like this. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and stay at home. See you in the next video. Bye bye, take care by that time.